Today we're going to be continuing the series of things you probably don't know about some of the properties you own in Grand Theft Auto Online. Today we're looking at the bunker and 7 things you just might not have known are going on inside of this facility. So the bunker structurally is one of the biggest properties in Grand Theft Auto Online, so naturally there's a few more things that are pretty interesting here. The first one is something that you might not even have paid attention to, and you're going to have to forgive me that there's no action going on in my bunker. I don't really have a need to have stock and supplies going, and I've researched everything. So typically in your bunker, you'll see people moving around, you'll see supplies in the back. Mine, not so much the case. Anyways, the first thing we're looking at today is this whiteboard. Now, I know what you guys are saying, that's really not all that exciting. Well, there's kind of an Easter egg here. This whiteboard, it kind of looks like something you'd see in school or like an office where like you can sort of see the remnants of what's been erased by like a dry erase board. I'm sure you guys have all experienced this in school or work at one point or time. This is actually the heist board. There's a couple things you can see here that give it away. In the top right-hand corner, if you look close enough, you'll see the percentage wheel of like how much payout each person is supposed to get. So basically Rockstar just took the heist board and they sort of overlaid it onto this whiteboard, but they made it look super messy, like someone's been writing on it with a green and black marker. So I thought that that was pretty interesting. Definitely did not expect that. And this is one of those things that I've probably passed by about 14,000 times, and I've just never thought anything of it. Well, that's a pretty cool Easter egg. I don't know if Rockstar did that on purpose as a tribute to the heist update, or if they are lazy and just save some time. But either way, I thought that that was pretty unique. The next thing that's kind of interesting, I'm sure you guys know, you can drive your personal vehicles inside the bunker. Sometimes it just depends on like a matter of space, what vehicles you can get and where. But some of the motorcycles, like the Oppressor, will allow you to go to all parts of the hangar, no problem. Now, one of the more interesting things that I didn't know about, there's actually invisible walls located around the bunker that will prevent you from driving in some areas. That's something I had no clue even existed. So you guys can see here, I am in my Oppressor. I'm trying to take it to an area where you really wouldn't need a vehicle anyways. It's where the gun range is. But you'll notice for whatever strange reason there is this invisible wall that like doesn't even prevent me from going all the way to the gun range. Now I'm guessing why Rockstar introduced this is maybe they were trying to stop people from trolling. Like if you had people that were lined up at the gun range, someone like me in my Oppressor could just bump into them. Maybe it would mess some things up. Either way, I'm really not too sure why, other than that, this invisible wall would be here. It's quite strange, and I don't really get it. It's kind of mysterious. We've seen a little bit of that in free mode. Never seen something like that inside one of the businesses. Certainly not in the office so far, and certainly not in like the vehicle warehouses and garages, but this exists inside the bunker, which I thought was kind of strange. Another thing that's kind of strange, and this is a really funny oversight by Rockstar, is if you kill someone in the bunker, which the only way to do that is to run them over using either your vehicle or one of the caddies provided up front, they will actually spawn at the docks, like the Simeon docks. Now, what's funny about that is most of the bunkers are located, I think all of them, are either in Paleto Bay or the Grand Senora Desert. Now, why do players spawn at the docks? Well, that's because this is an interior, and the interior for the bunkers is underneath the docks. Even though your entrance might be in Sandy Shores or Paleto Bay, the interior is located underneath the map at the Simeon docks. So because of that, when you die in this area, the game thinks you're at the docks instead of at like the desert or Paleto Bay or Sandy Shores or wherever the case is. So if you are in a bunker with other players, do not kill them because they are in for a long walk or a long drive or flight or whatever the case is back to your bunker. Now, I guess you could technically invite them and they could come back in an instance, but it's still kind of annoying. But I also do think that's kind of funny that they get spawned so far away from where all the bunkers are. The next thing I want to talk about, I thought this was impossible. Apparently, you can stand on some of the tables in the bunker, which I didn't know how this happened. I tried to do this myself, couldn't get on top. So I don't know if you need a vehicle to like glitch yourself on top or whatever the case is, but you guys can clearly see in this screenshot right here, you can stand on top. Now, what purpose does this serve? Absolutely none, but I guess it is kind of interesting could lead to some fun snapmatics or just to mess around with some of your friends or crew members. You might have some fun moments going on there. Moving on, the next thing you might not have known about the bunkers is they come with a security upgrade. Now, when you get the security upgrade, you actually get a set of CCTV cameras located right next to the computer in which you use to source and sell. Now, in case you guys don't want to go AFK while trying to build up your supplies, all you need to do is just activate the camera and then stay there. You're not going to go AFK, and because the game still thinks you're in free mode, your supplies are going to continue to generate. So this is a nice alternative method to tying a rubber band around your controller or like constantly having to touch it every 10 minutes. Just use the CCTV cameras and you'll be pretty much good to go if you want to get some AFK farming going. Moving on, one of my favorite things about the hangar from Smuggler's Run is when it goes from daytime to nighttime, you get sort of blinds in your office or your bedroom that actually close. And it sort of simulates like, hey, you know, you're going to be sleeping soon. You want a little bit more peace and quiet. Well, in the bunker office, there's something that's dynamic too. It's actually the clock on the wall. The clock keeps the real in-game time, which is kind of cool. So this will literally only save you like 0.001 seconds, maybe even less than that because it's not a digital clock, it's analog. But if you didn't want to pull out your phone, but you still wanted to figure out what time it was outside, if you spawn in your bunker, since there are no windows, you can just simply look at the clock in your little suite and little office over there, and you can figure out the time, which is kind of cool. Now, the final thing we're going to be talking about today, and this is something that I just sort of found on my own. I'm sure other people have brought it up as well. Rockstar have an unnecessary amount of hallways that lead to absolutely nothing in the bunker except big doors, but they don't actually lead anywhere, which has led me to believe that at one time, maybe there was going to be an expansion of sorts for the bunkers because there are 2 or 3 hallways with these giant blue doors at the end that just lead to nothing. And unless Rockstar just really wanted to use that as decoration, which they could have, but I really think for the future it means there might be an expansion involved. There's a couple of other Easter eggs as well if you take a look at the machinery and some of the other pieces of furniture around the bunker itself. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. That right there is 7 or so things you might not have known about the bunker in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know in the comments down below of this video, have you figured out any other cool secret things that people might not know about the bunkers in Grand Theft Auto Online? Let us know down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.